It happens from time to time. It's Galaxy. It wouldn't be Galaxy otherwise. 15.1 degrees. Kind of worried about my prediction of 26 degrees today. Still have faith. Literally, and Barbara's right there with me as well. Believe me, everybody else. Okay, it's a game. You're still in the game, literally. Anyway, it is Tuesday, October the 3rd. Let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm, and today, so very, very happy to go all the way back over to Ontario in Canada. Yes, that's where we left it the last time. We're going to be catching up with our very, very good friend, Pete. I don't know, should I call him Wheeler? Should I call him Beauchart? Should I just call him Sonica? It's our friend Pete. Believe me, he's joining us today, and I'm so very, very humbled to have him back. But I tell you what, if you haven't heard of Sonica Disturbia before, check this out. Squeeze around there. There we go. Get that up.
Squeeze it in.
Oh yeah, I got a new mic stand. It's in the way. It's like the Titanic, this thing. It's huge compared to my old one. But my old one, would you believe, was about 35 years old, Pete. It really was. And we retired it.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen. This one will last 35 weeks.
No. Quite probably. Bo Gregory is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Bo. It really is. Paul Harkins. Hello, Harko. Nice to have you back, buddy, man. It really, really is. And that guy, CC Critter, is in there as well. You got to watch out for him. He's dodgy, just like Eswell Critter. I know both of those guys. They're related. They are.
Really like Pete and Pete.
Yeah, well, you know, the Critters, they got out of the mental institution not so long ago. I'm pretty sure of it, because there's a white van wandering around with people with a big net looking to find them. Sure.
Yeah, it must have been the same jailbreak that I got out in.
Could have been. Could have been. Tell you what's weird today, Pete, is in the unit next to us, they're putting in a brand spanking new air conditioning unit.
Nice. Not for you.
Oh no, that's them. It's not even our building. It's their building, if you know what I mean. So if you hear some weird noise going on, it's probably because of that. We're still stuck on the old school Kiwi air conditioning. It's called Open the Bloody Window. Yeah, it really is.
Hey, we're like 26 degrees here, which is kind of weird for this late in the fall. It's actually a nice warm week. This whole week will be our last little summer hurrah before it kicks into fall weather, I guess.
Yeah, you guys get all of that white stuff that falls around you that seems to be a bit chilly. I know.
Yeah. I'm all right with that. I like all the seasons. I'm good with it.
Now, if you want to confuse a DJ, do this, okay? Is it Pete Beauchart? Is it Pete Wheeler? Is it Durham County Band? Is it Sonica Pete, will you please explain this? How the heck do I nail this down? Who the hell are you?
The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, absolutely all of the above, isn't it?
Yeah, really. I've had a kind of a long, storied career, I guess, in music and stuff. So some of the rock stuff, like Sonica Disturbia, that's I've always done rock stuff. And one of the songs recently that I did many years ago got picked up in Yellow Jackets. We talked about that, I think, I don't know if we did or not. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
we did. Yes, we
Yeah?
did. Yep.
And when that one got picked up, it kind of built the excitement back for me to kind of go into the vault of those old tunes. And there's so many of them sitting there that I was kind of like, oh, man, I should put that out. I should, like, so I keep digging, and these songs keep hitting me. So I just keep putting them out there to kind of match up with all of that Sonica Disturbia stuff. So we had, I guess, Take Me Down and Shut It Down, You, which we just played, and there's a new one coming out, I'm going to say probably November, the beginning of November, which is Drowning, which is actually kind of cool because it's a song that we did as a group. So the singer is a good buddy, Mark, and the drummer is Chris McDonald, who's a very good friend who's passed. And luckily enough, I still had his original drum tracks recorded and stuff, so I talked to his better half and made sure it was okay to use those tracks. So I'm really excited to kind of put out Drowning as a Sonica Disturbia song, and that's coming out I'm going to say November, beginning of November, but I'll make sure you guys get a copy of it for sure. It's that was a really it's a cool tune, but it's really cool to have to put out there just because it's kind of reminiscent of some of the guys that we work with over the years and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
That really is cool, to be very honest with you, buddy. And I really, really am excited about that. Looking forward to Drowning. But we did open up the show with you, so it'd be a little remiss of me, and I've got to let you know, 1,273 requests for it so far in climbing.
Wow.
So it's doing okay. It's doing okay. It's starting to pick
Nice.
up momentum. So I think, really, and I digress here, why don't we talk about it? Tell me about the, give me the skinny on this.
You is one of those songs that it pretty much calls it out in the lyrics and stuff. Like, it's really about those people in your life that piss you off and just take the life out of you. You know, try to knock the wind out of your sails type of thing. And that was written around the same kind of time as a bunch of those other songs. So it's going through a lot of relationships and stuff. And people, like, when you listen to the lyric, I mean, I think it's something that'll everybody relate to. At some point, you've got either a relationship with, you know, a girl or a guy, whoever, or you've got a boss or a work relationship, and they just peck away and eat at you, and that's really You is all about that. Just, it's a good way. It's my therapy. That's the best way to put it. Is that's my freaking therapy to get through some of those relationships and stuff and come out on the other side. And if it's a song that people kind of listen to and kind of go, yeah, I get it, then that's even better, because then you get to share that.
Oh, I love the salute too, by the way. Got to say hi to Clyde Hill, who's joining us this morning. Mark Willardell is joining us as well. Nice to have you on board, Mark. It really, really is. And I played one of your tracks in the breakfast show this morning as well. And Michael Zdanowitz is joining us as well, coming out of Galaxy Class Entertainments out of Orlando, Florida. The land of Disney, right? Absolutely. Nice to have you on board too, my friend. And if you ever need any sort of assistance as far as professional promotions go with bands or anything like that, get in touch with Michael from Galaxy Class Entertainments right there. You owe me $75 now. Dear, I wouldn't do that to you, Mike, really. But I tell you what, Pete, it's been such a pleasure playing a little bit of fresh Sonica Disturbia, and it does show because people are listening. And usually on a Sunday morning, because we play a lot of you on a Saturday and a Saturday night, because it's the rock shows, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I find that Sonica Disturbia has a lot of requests, and just lately, Shut It Down has been making inroads, literally. Last one about 1,200 requests. This one literally is up around, 1,399 requests, almost 1,400 requests.
One more.
Yeah, come on. It'll be that way this weekend, I can guarantee you that. believe me, but I think we should talk about it.
That's, again, there's so much, I went through so much in a very short time when those songs were written, and it was literally me. If I didn't write those songs at that time, I wouldn't be here probably. It's that, like, there was so much going on in my life that was just turmoil and chaos, and a lot of them just got put away because it's a lot of personal stuff, right? And sometimes it's hard to just lay it out there and stuff, but the years have passed and life has gotten a lot different for me and better, and so it's a little easier to throw those out there and stuff. But it's another song where it's again about those relationships that just go sour and how people can really take you out. I mean, yeah, I can't say anything more about it. It is kind of self-explanatory, I guess, in the lyrics, and if you're getting lots of requests for it.
Well, I think, Pete, that people are identifying with it. Believe me, I absolutely love the track myself, but I got to be honest, I'm a little biased because I know Sonica Disturbia, you see, so believe me, there's just nothing but quality comes out of Pete Wheeler's, or Pete Durham. I tell you what, let's just play the song. Here is Sonica Disturbia and Shut It Down on Galaxy. You know, I'd like to introduce you to a guy called Rob coming out of the UK. You two would get on like a house on fire. You play the same, similar kind of music.
Yeah.
And
I'm up for all that.
A lady friend that he works with at the moment, she's in a band called Awake. Her track Lemuria is picked up now and is on a movie which was released a couple of days ago in the UK.
Nice.
Yeah, so believe me, he's a genius when it comes to techo stuff, but he's a great musician as well. The band's called the 23s, and it's Rob, and Tom. I couldn't understand why they couldn't find another Rob, but hey, you know what I mean.
You're like Pete and Pete and Pete.
Yeah, it's like Pete and Pete, you know. But I'd seriously like Barbara to put you two together because you guys would get on like a house on fire.
And I'm always up for connecting with people and working with different people. And with the technology that's out there now, it's amazing how you can work with people that are anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you got a computer and an internet connection, it's like, hey, I'll send you a file. Boom. Oh, I'll send it back. Boom.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's great.
Literally.
It's great.
Well, I was in production this morning, and they were working on the 23's latest stuff. They've got 3 tracks out there. One of them is called Fake. And instantly I went, put that in the breakfast show this morning.
Nice.
It absolutely went off. Literally, people are texting me going, this is fantastic. You know, and I'm thinking, yeah, it is. It is. Listening to your music at the same time, my bro, I think you guys have got something in common. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
So you never know what might happen. Might be a little conflab across the oceans.
You got it. You got it. It's always cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes you can get stuck you can have a great tune that's like right to that point, and then, it just needs that little something, and somebody else having a listen, or somebody else going, hey, I got this. And away it goes, right?
Well, at the same time, I've got to be honest, Rob is a graphic artist as well. He sent us some new Galaxy stuff, if you know what I mean. Free of charge.
Yeah.
We didn't ask him to do it. All of a sudden it just turned up. It was like a little appreciation for what we do. And, you know, mate, we put that before the board. The board says, use that now. Straight away. So a very talented man. He really is.
Very cool.
Love it, love it, love it. We're going to wrap it up right now, but you know the story, don't go anywhere because we're going to do the photos thing and all that sort of crazy stuff with the funny faces. You know?
You got it.
I wouldn't pay for that haircut either, but never mind.
Hey.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. I've got to tell you, Pete, the young lady I'm talking about, her name is Anita from the band Wake, and the movie that came out on the 28th, which is just a few days ago, is Black Daruma, literally, and apparently it's a bit of a horror kind of deal, but if I'm into blood and guts, she says you won't like it. I'm going, okay, how can it be into, you know, without a bit of blood and guts, you know? So that's just making me want to see the movie even that much. You know, it's teasing me now. Not
There you
fair.
go.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
just not fair. Really
This
isn't.
is not a deterrent.
No, it's more of an attraction than anything, to be honest.
There you go.
But I'll wait until it gets, you know, somebody's going to go in there with a camera and put it on the interwebby thing within days, so it'll be up there very, very shortly. I'll find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good at researching all sorts of stuff like that, but do you think I can find a decent band? Barbara does such a brilliant job. You know, she's up to about 200 submissions a day now.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, we should
That just
find...
shows, that's good on you guys, though, that the work that you guys are doing, and people are finding you, and you know, that's, and the support that you're giving for all the indie artists like myself and thousands of us out there. We have a platform where we can talk to you guys and we can get our songs heard by other people and stuff. It's awesome. Like, I've always shared that. Like, when we have this opportunity, it's like, if you like a song that you hear on the radio and you use Spotify sometimes, of course, listen to the radio, listening to you guys, yes. But if you go to Spotify or anything like that once in a while, go find these bands that you like and put them on a playlist and play their songs. Not just mine, but just anybody's, because that kind of really helps all the artists and stuff like that as well. So I can't say enough how much we appreciate what you guys do.
Well, Pete, believe me, we only play the best indie artists here at Galaxy, and you are family, and we know the quality that's going to be produced by yourself. You're a genius in your own right, you really are. That's coming from one engineer to another, literally, my friend. I couldn't give you bigger accolades because I really, really am envious of what you turn out. It is very, very good. I love it. I really do. But we are going to have to wrap it up right now. Just got a couple of more questions for you though, Pete. You're saying there's a new one coming out very, very shortly. Are we looking at maybe, just maybe, an album before Christmas?
I have very little, I shouldn't say that. I'd love to put out an album, but the reality is that, like, when you put out an album, it's so difficult because one song or two songs gets heard, and then so many of them just get lost in the shuffle of the way people consume music nowadays. So I've just kind of been focusing on releasing a single at a time. I could go release a couple of songs that I know aren't really what I would call album tracks, that are probably a lot of times what I consider more of a fan favorite. Because it's not always the radio track that's the fan favorite. And I think anybody that listens to albums and stuff like that, you always get that radio single or two or three that's on there. But you flip it over on the B-side of an old LP and it's like third song in, it's like, oh, like there's my song. That thought has crossed my mind to put out a handful of those and then to repackage some of the ones that have already been released with a couple of new ones and then a couple of those album tracks. But at this point, I'm really just focusing on singles for Sonica Disturbia. There's one more coming there. There's another one from Page 2 coming, and there's one more song. Well, there's another Durham County band song coming out in 10 days.
Nice.
Maybe we'll talk again.
Yeah. Believe me, I'd be very, very honoured to have you back again, Pete. As always, Steve Barker's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Steve. It really, really is. Gosh, we go back in the day, don't we?
Yeah.
Very cool. Nice to have our good brother back. Now, at the same time, I think it would be remiss of us, in my voice in my head is saying, how do people get hold of you? So we've done this before, Pete, but I think we should do it again. How, as a fan, do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Absolutely. The best way is sonicadisturbia.com, because if you go there, you got links to Durham County on all the different things that I'm up to. So that's just definitely the best. There's Sonica Disturbia on Facebook, and I don't have Instagram for SD right now. Yeah, sonicadisturbia.com. If you go in there, you can get through to any of the different things that I'm up to, and if you email through there, definitely I can. I'll see it. I'll get back to you.
Nice. And what about merch?
There is no Sonica Disturbia merch. If some people, the logo's there and stuff, I would definitely put some out there if there's some interest. At this point, I didn't bother putting out any merch again because this came out of nowhere. It was that Yellow Jackets sync that kind of took everything off, so I just started putting out the songs literally for myself, and people really started to dig it, so it's taken off and getting a life of its own.
Well, as you know, Pete, literally we're in every English-speaking country in the world, some that aren't either, and I don't know how that works, but I'm going to take it anyway, literally. But believe me, I'll give you some numbers in a minute. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're not going to be catching up with Will Johns today like first expected. If you don't know about Will Johns, he is the nephew of Eric Clapton, yeah, Mick Fleetwood, yep, he really is, and the Beatle, yes, literally. But unfortunately, something's happened. He's had to drive across the UK, so we wish him all the best in his travels. But believe me, join me in a couple of days, and we're going to have an action-packed couple of days full of interviews. In the meantime, have a very happy and successful day. Join me tomorrow with Barbara about 5:30 in the morning until 10 o'clock for the breakfast show. From me, it's Happy Radio, everyone.
Galaxy.